Okay, we're back here with the Jeep Rubicon. So I said I've been doing more videos, but I've been slacking off. Not much has happened with the Jeep. I'm just saving up to put a good lift on. But you know, if you own a TJ, you have leaks that come inside. You know, door seals, your top, whatever. And it always ends up getting into the floorboards, and you pull your plug, and then you still have to get a cloth to mop it out. We're going to talk about pulling these plugs out. So everybody knows about the little plug there. What's so frustrating is it doesn't all go to that spot. Water goes down to this spot, and if you can see, I swapped out one of my plugs already. I got these off of eBay, but you can find them on Amazon. They fit right in, nice and easy. So when the water does pull up, which it pulls up in here, it will do. I've already had to go back. I did a little bit of sanding, trying to get some of the surface rust off, and did some primer paint on there. Later this summer or this fall, when the heat goes down, we're going to be doing a Raptor liner, and I think that's going to be one of my major videos. But if you can see, plug comes out pretty easy. Well, I left that one in for you to watch how I undo it. And then I've got the ones in the back. This is the passenger side, so the back passengers. Now they're going to be a lot more complicated because the muffler's right there. So getting to them is going to be more tricky. I'm going to see if I can do that with a video. But if not, I'm going to show you how to do these. So trying to pry this thing up right here, this is glued down real tight. You can see where I accidentally used the grinder a little bit and chipped off a little bit right there of that rubber. But this is all rubber, so it's not that big of a deal. But there's a metal groove all the way around, so the plug won't go down. It has to come up, or you have to get underneath it and pry it up. Well, that's pretty easy. If you go underneath, you can go and you can see that plug right there. So pushing it up's simple. The other plugs, this plug here and the ones over on the driver's side, are underneath the transfer case pan, but they're not that hard to get to. I've already did my driver's side. I'll show you those in a minute. So let me pop this one out for you, and you can see how easy it is. Okay, as you can see, we're underneath. Now you can get a screwdriver and a hammer if you want. I got a screwdriver. Of course, my hand's holding the camera, and I don't have a third hand. Got a third arm, but no third hand. But this is how easy it is. You just push up on it, bam. Or you might have to tap the hammer with it, but it's that easy. So we're back on the top, and you can see how easy that thing just popped right out. No big deal. Like I was saying, there's a metal lip, so it won't push down, but the rest of this is just rubber. No big deal. I would suggest after you get done with this, I would spray everything down with a primer at least to keep. So what I did to get this plastic off is I just pried it up like that and went around it. No big deal. It all comes off. I already have some primer for this, so I'm going to prime it out. But you can see, no big deal. Now, you could put these back in, but they're just going to flop out. Put them back in, you know, duct tape is everybody's best friend. You can duct tape over them and then use them and pull them out again. But you can go on eBay just as easy, or Amazon, and you can get plugs. These plugs are rubber. They look just like the others. They cost like $1 a piece. They were no big deal to buy. Amazon had them, and eBay had them. Just look up your model. These ones are for a 99 to 2006, and they fit in just fine. But now I'm gonna get some primer. Make sure it's all scraped off here. No big deal. And I'm going to get a rag and just wipe off some of this dust, some of the material that came out. You don't want this to rust back out. Sorry. You don't want this stuff to rust back out, so wipe it down real good so you can get the primer on it. Then just take your primer, underneath if you want, so you can see it's done there. And we'll go underneath. Just so you can get all the lips so there's no rust coming out. I know underneath seems like a little waste, but it can get on little edges and stuff, and we don't want any rust to start. We're trying to keep rust from happening to this thing. It's real easy. Let it dry and the plug goes right in. So while we let the primer dry, I'm going to show you this one. Now the muffler goes right underneath. There's a heat plate to keep heat off the floorboard. We all know that's BS because it still heats up. But you can't just pop it out like I did with this one over here. And this plug is a pain. It's just useless. When water gets in here, at least it's in the channel here, but it seems like water always goes back. You can see where water has sat on this one. And now we want to put a plug in there. Hopefully it'll drain a lot better, or at least give more options for draining so I don't have to constantly use a rag to mop it out, because I don't want rusted floorboards. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab it from this end. I know the lip's right there, and I'm going to pry it right up, and it's done. Yeah, I can use a pair of pliers to pull this up, but again, and I was lucky on this one. Oops, sorry. I was lucky on this one. Some of the rubber came up with this plug, but it's just a plug, just like the other one was. And now we got this one out. You can see the heat plate right there. Hopefully that won't mess with the plug, but this has rubber on it. This has some rubber on it, so this has some rubber on it, so I don't see it being a big problem. But that's how easy it is to pull these plugs. Why they only gave us this one plug right here to do all the drainage, I couldn't tell you. And if you don't supposed to pull these plugs, well, tough. I pulled mine, and I've already put water over in the driver's side, and it just drips out so much easier now. So hopefully this video was helpful for some of you newbies out there, or even some of you old guys. But thanks for watching. Bye.